Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We have a lot of exciting sections about digital marketing, sales and e-commerce, and many more. Make sure to download the VFair application on your mobile phone, which allows you to join the section much easier and while mobile. With that, chill for a few minutes and watch our video for exciting reminders before we begin the sections very shortly. Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Powering E-commerce in an Omnichannel ecosystem by Nestlé India. My name is Luki from Indochina, and I will be your host for these sections. Just some house rules to ensure a smooth flowing sections today. Keep an eye on the chat box and make sure not to flood with the spam. So you can catch important announcements, a link on how you can engage with us via slido.com. You may see the chat box for the code to join our sections. Have your mobile phones on standby to scan the QR codes on the slides and see career opportunity in marketing, sales, data analytics across all the Nestlé markets around the globe. Great. Let's begin the sections. Introducing our inspiring keynote speakers for today, Silky Mittal, Head of E-commerce at Nestlé India. Silky has over 8 years of experience in e-commerce and consumer goods company and held roles in reputable companies including Amazon and L'Oreal before joining Nestlé. I'm excited to learn from Silky about how Nestlé South Asia region is rapidly evolving digital transformation in Nestlé. With that, Silky, the floor is yours.
Thanks, Luki. I hope my slides are visible and clear, and my sound as well. Okay, super. So good afternoon, good morning to everyone. Hello from India, and thanks, Luki, for the fabulous introduction. Today, I'm here with all of you, and it's my pleasure to take you through some learnings from what we've done in the India market. We're going to talk about powering e-commerce in an omni-channel ecosystem, and I'm happy to be here with all of you. So today our agenda is very simple. I'm just going to set some context on the India's digital and retail landscape. We will also talk a little more in detail why this is an omni-channel ecosystem and why the need for differentiation in the market. We will briefly touch upon Nestlé India's performance on e-commerce and how we've accelerated this business. And of course, then we come on to the core topic of today, winning through differentiation.
Silky, sorry. I think we can't see your screen. Apologize.
You can't?
Yeah, I cannot. We cannot.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Let me just project my screen again. Please let me know if this is visible.
All good.
Look, are my slides up?
Yes, Silky, we can see your screen now. Thank you.
Super, super. And apologies to everyone for this. So I will quickly talk about the agenda for today. I will talk about India's digital and retail landscape and how the omni-channel is evolving in our market. Briefly touch upon India's performance on e-commerce, how we've been accelerating this business. And then, of course, I move on to the core topic on winning through differentiation. Super. So India is the second largest internet user base in the world with almost about 825 million users. And this digital population is very, very young. And this is driven by some of the cheapest data tariffs in the market. Like one GB of data in the market costs less than 10 cents. Right? And that is driving this whole digital explosion in the market. And as you can see, India's young digital population is spending a lot of time online. We spend close to 3.5 hours online, and that's a significant amount of time that manufacturers like us have to influence our consumers and our target audience. And what exactly is this audience doing online? A lot of them are on OTT. They're using video streaming. 85% are also using for digital payments. Some of you might be aware about UPI, the Unified Payment Interface, that is practically exploded. A lot of payments in the market are digital. 67% are on social media. And what's interesting from an e-commerce standpoint is 86% of the digital population in the market is using internet and e-commerce for their online product search as well. And 30% of them are already shopping online. This is largely dominated by mobile phones and apparel and consumer electronics, but we will also talk about FMCG very soon. Now, this retail landscape is being influenced massively by the changing landscape, digital landscape, as we spoke about, as we see e-commerce contribution going up significantly over the years for Nestlé India. We've been the fastest growing channel. Our contribution to Nestlé India has gone up almost by 600 bips. Having said that, traditional trade has come down. But what is very interesting to see is when you compare India with, say, two big developed economies like China and United States of America, you will see that the size of FMCG is significantly lower in our market compared to the likes of US and China. But look at the number of stores. We have the largest number of mom and pop stores that are available in any market. The density of mom and pop stores for every dollar or every rupee spent on FMCG is significantly higher. We have 11 million stores compared to about 3 million stores in China and only 300,000 stores in US. And that is the whole point around omnichannel, that even though channels like e-commerce and modern trade are growing significantly for Nestlé India, what is important to understand is that traditional trade continues to be the mainstay, and our growths on emerging channels like e-commerce cannot come at the expense of cannibalizing our business on traditional trade. And hence, it's important to chalk out a strategy that avoids channel conflict. It's important to chalk out a strategy on how do we differentiate our presence on e-commerce, and that's something that I will talk to you today. Now, coming on to FMCG, e-intensity, the contribution of e-commerce to FMCG has grown from about 0.4% to 2.3%. And these are estimates from Nielsen for the entire FMCG market in the country. And this is expected to reach about 4% by 2023. And this growth on FMCG is largely being driven by the promise of assortment, value, and convenience to shoppers that is being provided by e-commerce. Expansion of e-commerce services beyond the megacities. And for some of you who are familiar with India, e-commerce is no longer restricted to the likes of megacities like Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore. It is now going into the hinterlands of India. It's now going to almost 19,000 zip codes in the country. Many e-grocery models are emerging, and we will touch upon this very soon. And that's driving a lot of growth in the market because e-commerce is now able to cater to diverse shoppers and their diverse shopper needs. Now, coming on to Nestlé India's journey, it's been a very exciting journey for us. You'd understand that because of confidentiality, I can't share absolute numbers. However, our e-commerce business has accelerated massively. We've gone up to about 15x in a span of very short time. In 6 years, our e-commerce business has literally exploded. Of course, during COVID as well, we've seen massive spikes coming in because it became the dominant channel for a lot of our shoppers who could not step out during the COVID-19 lockdowns. But the journey is not over. It continues to accelerate, and it will continue to accelerate. Just giving you some top line numbers, our contribution of e-commerce to Nestlé India has gone up already from a 0.5% to 6%. And we expect to continue to accelerate this further. Now, even though small, India's e-commerce market is a very vibrant e-commerce market with many formats, as I had spoken about in the previous slide. And I will try and explain very crisply about some of these models. Pure players, as the name suggests, these are players who traditionally started as being e-retailers, the likes of Amazon and Flipkart. There are many other players who entered the market, and these formats are largely e-commerce online only models. They play under multiple categories. There can be different formats. There can be horizontals, the likes of Amazon and Flipkart, which play across multiple categories. They play on mobile phones, they play on consumer electronics, apparel, personal care, beauty, as well as FMCG. While there are vertical players who focus only on a certain kind of shopper. So say a big basket only focuses on grocery. A Tata 1mg of pharmacy only focus on pharmacy products. Right. So this is largely the pure player ecosystem. And this is what drives the maximum contribution for e-commerce in our market. Very interesting space, EB2B, as the name suggests. These are online. So some of you might be familiar with how traditional distribution works. Uh, so companies appoint distributors in the market who in turn service retailers in the market. EB2B is nothing but an online version of a route to market, online version of retailers being able to order products for their stores directly online. And this is not just the end shopper. So a lot of innovation going on into the market. The likes of Udan, Amazon Business, Jio, Flipkart Wholesale, who've all jumped onto this bandwagon. Then we have quick commerce, as the name suggests. Quick delivery is the core promise. So we have very interesting food delivery players, the likes of Swiggy, Blinkit, which has been bought over by Zomato, who who really changing the game. We have you'd be very surprised to hear we have almost 10-minute delivery in our market, and quick commerce is really changing and transforming the shopper needs for e-commerce. Click and mortar. So I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with brick and mortar stores, the organized hypermarket, supermarket formats of selling and places for buying. Now, click and mortar is nothing but an online version of an existing offline brick and mortar chain. So the likes of say a Walmart or a Spencer's or a D-Mart, who are not only available online but also have an offline version. And considering this entire ecosystem, you can see how vibrant and complex the ecosystem is in the market, which makes it very important for any company who wants to win in e-commerce has to have a clear strategy on how we're going to differentiate. Which brings me to the core discussion and what I want to share with you today. As you saw, as I spoke about, traditional trade is the mainstay of this country, and e-commerce is a massively growing opportunity. And to win in this omni-channel reality, it is only possible that a manufacturer or a company, consumer goods company as large as our size, it can only win through differentiation. And to support this entire strategy of how do we create differentiation in the market for our shoppers who are online and who want to shop for Nestlé products, we are leveraging certain enablers that we have defined in our strategy for differentiation, starting from product differentiation. How do you strike really big strategic partnerships with your core e-commerce platforms? How do you transform the way you communicate with your shoppers in an online world, in a world which has very, very low attention span? And then, of course, coming on to people and processes, that's absolutely key to any company who wants to win. How do we transform capability within the organizations to win on emerging channels and formats? Now, coming on to my first pillar around product differentiation, it's absolutely critical to design our pack price architecture in line with the shopper need. And in turn, it also needs to be optimized to customer operations. When I say customer operations, it needs to be optimized to how e-commerce companies operate in the market, and our portfolio needs to be customized to their needs. So just to give you an example, we define shoppers clearly by their need state. So there are shoppers who shop on e-commerce because of the value proposition. There are shoppers who shop on certain platforms because of a wide range of assortment that's available. And then there are shoppers who shop on e-commerce because of convenience. Now, these are not mutually exclusive cohorts. They can be overlapping. However, it's very important to understand the shopper need and the shopper behavior for every platform, and then tweak your price and pack architecture in the market to be able to cater to your audience. So just to give you an example, for convenience or impulse led shoppers, we focus on our impulse categories like chocolates, our on the go categories like ready to drink, ready to eat portfolio, which can be delivered in 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the market for quick commerce. We create variety packs for some of our platforms where we see consumers seek to buy a lot of variety, seek to look for niche products, look for premium products. And that's a strategy for large horizontals, and of course a clear value proposition for our shoppers on the online grocery specialists. It's time for a quick case study for you all. And for some of you who are familiar with Maggi, Maggi is our market leader in the instant noodles category in India. We almost have about 60% market shares in this category in the country. And what we realized was that we were finding it very difficult to scale our biggest business for Nestle India in the market on e-commerce. And the biggest issue that we had was the low price points of this product in the market. So just to give you a sense, one cake and one pack of Maggi, which is the single biggest pack in the market, costs less than 10 cents, right? So and for people familiar with Indian currency, it costs around 10 rupees, right? Now the price points that our customers have is almost 15 times of this price point of what actually sells in the market. And to manage their operational costs, like we were finding it very, very difficult to scale. The current multi-packs that existed in the market were not very, very conducive to e-commerce operations. They were leading to a lot of crushing of the noodle cakes. And to combat this challenge, a bespoke portfolio was developed for our highest volume packs. And this was designed in line with the customer needs as well as shopper needs. Now, the launch of these multi-packs helped us ensure online availability of Maggi across almost 19,000 zip codes. And what was very, very interesting for Nestle as a company was that we were able to completely avoid channel conflict in the market by creating a differentiated pack for the shopper that only sold online. We did not sell this pack on any other channel. Now, using a test and learn approach, we started with 2 multi-packs in 2018. And to sort of get this out, right? It seems very simplistic that, okay, you create a pack and you put it out on the e-commerce platform. But believe me, it's extremely challenging for a company of our size, as process oriented as Nestle. It requires a lot of cross-functional alignment, involving but not limited to brand teams, supply chain, our media teams, our finance teams, our legal and regulatory teams, right? What it entails to put out exclusive e-commerce only assortment is developing a third-party co-packing infrastructure, because we did not have this capability in-house. So we got in third-party co-packing infrastructure to help us build this and also be agile for our customers. End-to-end planning with the platforms where we were launching this product, from ideation of the product to building in the packaging of the product that it's conducive to e-commerce operations, working with them on joint forecasts, and of course demand generation to put the right inputs out to be able to communicate well to our shopper and communicate that this product has been created specially for e-commerce. The results from our pilot were very fantastic. We saw very positive feedback coming in from shoppers, as well as we saw the product becoming the #1 bestseller in the grocery category within a year of launch. Now, encouraged from the pilot success, we have now scaled up our e-commerce exclusive portfolio to an entire repertoire of multi-packs, variety packs, custom, like do-it-yourself recipe solutions with the Thai curry kit from Maggi. And as you can see, this business has scaled massively over the last 5 years. Now, coming on to my next pillar, talking about striking strategic partnerships with key customers. It's very important to build partnerships because no company can win in isolation. If I as a company make brands that are very loved in the market, it's important to strike partnerships with retailers who have access to consumers and shoppers, right? So our entire strategy for building partnerships is built around some of these core pillars on winning with customization, which I already spoke about, building in robust joint business plans with our key strategic partners. We don't go and do this with every customer, every platform that's available. It's important to understand the importance of a platform to a company, and to be able to understand the attractiveness, the growth potential, the profitability aspects, and other value-led aspects around how sustainable they are, how value-driven, how purpose-driven they are as a company, right? And being able to build some of these partnerships around demand generation, building in core partnerships on red letter days like Amazon Prime Day, Big Billion Day, and as well as knowledge sharing. No company can win without operations. They form the backbone of any winning strategy. And nobody can buy from e-commerce if my product is not available. So our entire supply chain is built to be agile and flexible so that we can ensure maximum availability of our products online, as well as automation, technology, leveraging tools together jointly with customers is also something that feeds into this entire virtuous cycle. I will quickly share a couple of big partnerships that we've done over the last few years with some of our core partners. We partnered with Amazon during their biggest event of the year, Amazon Prime Day. It's a 2-day event that they do in the market only for their membership consumers. And Maggi partnered with Amazon for the first time launch of our Pan-Asian flavors in the market in the instant noodles category. And it was a very exciting launch. We created a special assortment pack, a variety pack, which had all the flavors in one place for our shoppers to shop. They did not have to go and buy 3 different products. They could just buy a variety pack and taste all of these products. This also included a lot of demand generation on and off the platform. We were one of the only FMCG company amongst the top 5 platinum launches or sort of the big marquee launches, while there were almost about 1,000+ launches. As you can see, there are only 6 companies that were being massively promoted. This included a lot of social media engagement, gamification, a lot of PR, and creation of an exclusive brand store. And results are, of course, as you can see, we got fantastic results. And what was very important for us as a company for a new launch was to be able to get instant awareness of our product, and the kind of traffic that Amazon sees during Prime Day. It was a winning partnership for both of us. They were also able to communicate to their shoppers that Maggi, which is a very loved brand in the country, is exclusively available only on Amazon, and we were able to leverage their entire shopper base. Traditional distribution takes a lot of time to set up in the country, but what was very interesting for us was with the launch on Prime Day, we were able to reach every nook and corner of the country. We were able to get orders from every geographical state in the country, and that was a big success for us for a new launch. Another partnership with Flipkart, again a big e-commerce platform in the market. It was bought over by Walmart a couple of years back in the world's largest e-commerce deal. Walmart shelled out almost $16 billion to buy Flipkart. And again, our Flipkart's biggest event of the year, Big Billion Day. It's similar to, say, the scale of Black Friday sales or Singles Day that Alibaba does in some of our global markets. and we partnered with them again by putting out some of our most loved brands, Maggie, Nescafe, our premium chocolates, Latelier, and we created special curated packs only for the event. And these packs were only available on Flipkart only during the Big Billion Day. Again, fantastic results. We were actually sold out in just a matter of 3 days. Now, we have the right portfolio for e-commerce. We have created winning partnerships with our e-commerce platforms. However, it's very, very important to have the right communication strategy for your shopper. You're only as good as your shoppers coming wanting to buy your products on the platform. And our strategy has been very, very clear in terms of engaging with the audience. It's absolutely critical to have the right kind of base and advanced content. And we've really leveraged e-content as a differentiator for us to inspire and engage with our shoppers. I will just play some clips for you to see the kind of work that we've done and to get inspired. So this is some of the work that we've done on product content. You can see there is no touch and feel to the product in the online world, but we are able to communicate a lot about our product through our product content. Video content, video consumption has gone up significantly over the last few years. It has gone up by 4x. And we've tried to now integrate videos to a lot of our content in the market. And we've been now working on integrating a lot of our recipes and how to use our products through the video content that we are putting up online. Again, to provide a closed loop ecosystem for our digital shopper that we spoke about, the 800 million plus people who are available online, it's important to create a closed loop ecosystem and provide a path to purchase to the shopper. And that we've done through some of our integrated digital media campaigns. This is a Milo campaign that's running on Facebook. When you click on it, it lands you to an Amazon page where you can shop the product. And lastly, vernacular. So we've seen in India, there are almost 500 million plus users who are using vernacular language, who are using languages beyond English and consuming content in local languages. As e-commerce penetrates deeper into more cities through the hinterlands of India, it's important that we also amplify our content in the relevant vernacular language, and we are able to leverage e-commerce to target and build some of this vernacular content. So you can see this content is in a local language in the country, and this is also some of the work that we are doing. Now moving on, time for another case study of how you can leverage the capabilities of targeting online and how a brand like Nangro, which is a very small toddler food drink that we launched in the market a couple of years back, we've been able to create personalized content for our audiences in the market and drive a lot of higher engagement across the shopper journey. Now, what this means basically is being able to create specific target, specific audience cohorts by the objective of the campaign. If you go across the shopper purchase journey, you want to create campaigns on awareness. You want to have, you want shoppers to be aware about your product. You want shoppers to then consider your products within the right and consider them for purchase, as well as drive trials. And the beauty of e-commerce is that you're able to clearly define specific target cohorts that cater to each of these missions that we have as a company. So we are able to talk to the relevant audience for awareness creation and have a very targeted creative for them. So for people who are not aware about Nangro, I want to communicate, tell them that what is Nangro and give them the core promise. For people who are already aware about Nangro but considering if they should buy or not, I want them to be aware of the benefits that the product brings to them. And and hence you see a different creative for the consideration leg of the journey. And for audiences who are considering, and I want them to try my product, who already know about the product, who are already considering buying Nangro, how do I convert them? I convert them by clearly again redefining the benefits of my product and incentivizing their purchase by also giving out say a price off or a discount coupon for them to actually convert. So by doing this, this entire differentiation, personalization of content, we were able to significantly increase our add to carts. Our creatives saw much higher click-through rates, and it resulted in great benefits for the brand. Time for another short case study to showcase our approach on demand generation and how we are leveraging e-commerce to build differentiated experiences. I'm using an example of Nescafe E, which is a first of its kind Bluetooth-enabled personal coffee maker that we launched in the market. And this was launched exclusively on e-commerce again. This was available only on e-commerce on some of our core platforms. We created advanced content, including product benefits, how to use information, since this was such a niche premium product that consumers, and first of its kinds, that consumers were not familiar how to use it very, very well. We also sharpshooted our target audience with a focused off-platform digital media campaign. And this was personalized to drive a lot of buy now integration to the e-commerce platforms. I will just play a quick clip for you all. And as you can see, there is a clear call to action for the shopper where we are communicating that this product is available on Amazon and Flipkart. And of course, then it was supplemented with very targeted promotions to incentivize purchase as well for our shoppers. Lastly, people and processes, organizational capability is a key pillar to be able to win on e-commerce. E-commerce our approach on e-commerce and building capability has been first through automation and analytics. E-commerce has a minefield of shopper data, consumer behavior metrics that you can actually pick up. We've built in custom dashboards for our teams, leveraging all of the data that's available through our partners and through our research, third-party research ecosystem, and sort of build some of these dashboards that are available for everyone in the company. To look at data, to use this information and funnel this back into the strategy that we have for e-commerce. Lastly, in terms of building internal capability of our people, we started with a very small team. When I joined, e-commerce was a 4 or 5 member team in this company. As you can see, this has scaled up to almost 5 times from those years. Our team sizes is pretty large. With a lot of cross-functional integration and a lot of roles across the e-commerce value chain. We have people focusing on customer management. We have people focusing on e-commerce marketing, which is also an evolving role and work stream. We have people focusing on e-content and analytics for such a nascent channel, supply chain, commercial development, finance, and we're trying to integrate e-commerce into the DNA of the company across every person who works. Right, so it's been a very exciting journey on e-commerce. One of the very few places where companies are actually adding headcount in the current tough environment. We've tried to build a lot of our ways of working, improve them. The beauty of working in a company like Nestlé is that there is a lot that you can learn from other markets. There is a lot we can get as inspiration from our other colleagues who are doing very exciting work on e-commerce. We're able to leverage global partnerships. as well as sort of we're trying to integrate, like I said, e-commerce into the DNA of the company through very, very strong cross-functional integration, because an e-commerce team alone cannot win in the market. There are a lot of tools, training capability tools that are also being built, and these are customized to Nestle. And we're working to really upskill our talent through some of these learning tools that are being deployed. So that is all I had to share today. I hope you found this session useful, and we're happy to take any questions after this.
Okay, so okay. That is a very, very interesting sections, and it's time for Q&A. Let's start from question number 1. What are the main challenges you think of the e-commerce in the Indian market? And what are the ways you think of that could promote e-commerce in this market?
Great, fantastic question, and couple of challenges that I can talk about. I think e-commerce exists in a very, very tough omni-channel ecosystem. Like I said, there is a very, very vibrant traditional trade that exists. There is a growing modern trade ecosystem that's there. And other than that, e-commerce is also another emerging space for us, right? So I think one of the very extreme challenges that we have in the market is how do you not cannibalize the business from other channels and move the business away to e-commerce at the expense of other channel by creating channel conflict, right? So some of the ways that we've tried to manage this is through differentiation, like I spoke about. We've tried to have a slightly different portfolio for e-commerce that does not exist in other channels, so that consumers are not choosing between one channel or the other. We want to be available where our consumer or our shopper is, and we want to give them the best experience there. All right, and you will not see us discounting our products because we understand that e-commerce shopper is slightly more value conscious. However, we don't want to incentivize people to just shop on e-commerce because of a deal or a value or a price promotion that they're getting. So there is a clear strategy that we have where we do not want to differentiate or privilege one channel over another. And that I believe is the biggest challenge that all FMCG companies face in the market, and our strategy has been around differentiation to cater to that.
Okay. The next question. As a brand owner, is the focus mainly on the lower marketing for now? The sale of a brand like Maggi, or branding is also a part of the digital effort?
Very interesting question. Thanks for asking this. Uh, I think I've had a very, very varied experience in Nestle because of the kind of massive brands that we work with, right? And we have a plethora of different categories that we operate in. We operate in say nutrition, we operate in instant noodles, we operate in coffee, we operate in chocolates, and each of these categories and brands are in a very different journey. So say a brand like Maggi, which is a very, very loved brand, dominant player in the instant noodles category. It has what, 95% awareness in the market, right? Or maybe 99% awareness. Everybody in the country knows about Maggi. So there, our focus is primarily on driving lower funnel marketing campaigns on e-commerce. However, compare that to say a new launch or a new premium coffee I may be launching in the market, which and we are a tea drinking nation. We are not a coffee drinking nation, right? So there our strategy for marketing will be very different. Our strategy will be upper funnel combined with lower funnel. It is important to create awareness of the product. Only then people will eventually purchase and try the product. So the example that I'd shared for Nangro, I think that's a new launch again that we had a couple of years back. We had a very customized strategy for each of the funnel. There was an upper funnel strategy with different audience cohorts and different creators, and there is a lower funnel strategy which is slightly different.
Okay, Thank you very much, Silkis, and for the conscious of the times. That will be the last questions for us. But wow, 15 times growth in 5 years, delivery in 10 minutes. Wow, such an insightful sections. And I think we are all can agree with that. Okay, Silky, thank you very much for the insightful sections that you have just delivered. And a huge thank you to everyone for attending these sections today. We hope you enjoy hearing from our industry's experts and feel inspired by their sharing. Digital accelerations play a big role in sales, e-commerce, and there are always endless opportunities to look forward to in raising commerce channel and sales strategy. Don't forget to catch the next section by Binu Jacob and Tam Truong as they talk about hyper-connectedness and digital transformation to learn about how Nestlé is rapidly evolving from digital experimentations to transformation and functional digital initiative to end-to-end digitalization. This one you don't want to miss. And make sure to go or click the links on the chat to go directly to the next sections. Or you may also go back to the agenda page and join the sections from there. And don't panic if you miss out any of our next level sections because the recordings will be up soon for your personal recapping. Feel free to share your thought about Nestlé's next level sections today and tag us in LinkedIn with hashtag nestlevel 2022. Have a great day, everyone, and see you in the next sections. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. You've been a lovely audience.